My name is May Hong. I am the speaking voice of Mira from K-pop Demon Hunters, and this is Moana Nui Podcast. Signing off. Happy fans. Do it with me. Happy fans. Happy Hon.
Good evening and welcome to our March edition of Moana Nui After Dark presents Geek Speak On Sports. Joined by my boy here once again. Thank you for showing up, Mouse. Appreciate you. Candaysee, we hope will be joining us in a few minutes or so. Make no promises. The ticker at the bottom, translate for yourself. You know what I've been doing the last 6-ish months and whatnot. No, we have not talked about the Falcons yet. Check back in about an hour. Jeez, Duke.
Mark, we just got started.
We literally just started.
But you know what? I like the energy because I woke up this morning and saw some of the best news of my life. But Lord. I'm going to contain that until we get to the NFL and we talk about that.
Oh, goodness gracious. And the NFL will be later this evening. So
yeah, I know. It's just that just brought such a big smile to my face when I saw it. That's all.
Okay. Sorry, because I'm juggling things here.
No, I got you. No worries.
Yes, we know you've got stuff to say. And yes, the reason for the ticker at the bottom is because I am still tired from BlurredCon this past weekend. So I'm not going to say there was no prep put into the show. There was just, I got to narrow this long list of things that happened since our February show into like maybe 5 or 6 things for the 3, which should have been 4 of us to talk about. There is a lot to cover, and let's just go ahead and get started with the WNBA. First and foremost, I want to get this out the way. The deadline for a collective bargaining agreement was yesterday to at least keep the upcoming seasonal year schedule on track, meaning no delay in free agency and trade periods, no delay to the NBA draft, no delay to the start of the season. Yeah, all that's in jeopardy now. All of that's in jeopardy. The league has sent a counter proposal to the players. It might as well be a slap in the face. They are not taking this. The league, that is not taking this seriously. The CBA, look, the players deserve at least 90% of what they're asking for.
Absolutely.
Because we know at the heart of the issue is the revenue sharing. They're the lowest of any North American sport, period.
And that is ridiculous.
Right. And look, it's not like they're trying to do what the NBA does, because the NBA is completely ridiculous because the owners are pretty much caved to the players. We'll get to that in a minute. But in the NBA, the revenue sharing split is 51-49 in favor of the players. How many of you all knew that? That the players, and that is the only league that I know of off the top of my head in North American sports where the players union gets the majority of the revenue share as opposed to the owners. The only sport. So the WNBA is not asking for that much. They're asking pretty much for anything around 20-ish%. Why the league is balking talking about cost and operations. They're expanding to try to be about what? Because they're 13 teams now. 2 more set to play next year, so that's 15.
Yep.
And then 2 more before 2030. So that'll take them up to 17 teams. And the last 5 teams are all purchased at $500 million. Not million, billion, right, with a B, that they had to pay to the league. And the league is talking about operational costs and everything. Not to mention they just got a $2 billion broadcast deal with ESPN to be the primary media partner to show their games. Granted, they still will show games on Ion and your local affiliates, sports affiliates, and I think maybe what is it? Is it USA or TNT? I think it's TNT, if I'm not mistaken. One of them.
I believe it is TNT.
Yeah, or TBS, something like that. But they're not asking for, what they're asking for is not going to cripple the league. The popularity of this league has shot up immensely due to the stars we've seen in women's college basketball coming up to this level, along with the established stars that are already there. Yep. So you have the perfect balance of veteran stars who everyone should know over the last 5+ years, and these new stars over the last 2 or 3 years who came out of college, like Clark and Reese, primarily, and Paige Beckers. And in a couple of years, and I'm looking forward to her play next year in college because she sat out this season due to recovery from ACL tear last year. Juju Watkins, because understand the jolt that you're going to get when she gets there.
Dude, it's going to be sick. Candaysee!
Hello, Candaysee. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. Just had to do some working earlier. Well, actually, to be honest, I got off work a little on time. It's just that I had to go to Kroger to get my tag because my birthday's on Saturday and I will not
turn up,
do any of that stuff. And then Saturday, I know I'm going to just be lazy. I got all the stuff that I got to do. So anyway, hey guys.
Hey. Glad you can make it. Glad you got everything taken care of. And happy early birthday. I'll probably say it again on Saturday.
Yep.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
We going out drinking for your birthday?
Huh?
We going out drinking for your birthday?
Not really. It's my guy bestie's birthday. He's gonna be 50 as well. We have the same birthday. He's gonna be 50, so he has a big bash. So maybe I'll drink there, but just just real low key. Nothing.
Real low key. You ain't gonna turn up?
No, I mean probably not.
I mean, you finally turning 40.
It's not my
big
intention.
Deal.
50 is a milestone.
I was 40 the year of COVID, but I did turn up that year. Because my birthday ended up being like the last real day of it was a Saturday then too. It was a Saturday then too, or it might have been a Friday, and I think I celebrated Saturday. But yeah, I went back to work that Monday, and we were shut down that Tuesday or something like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, no, but your friend that's turning 50, that's a milestone birthday.
Like, right? Yeah, it is. So. I'm only 46, so I don't have to celebrate too much.
Okay. All right. Well, there's an expo this weekend you can swing through and hang out.
What expo is going
on? Atlanta Sci-Fi Expo.
Oh, is that this weekend?
It is this weekend. Saturday and Sunday.
I probably just missed it because, birthday and all.
I understand. But there are people who will be there affiliated with the Moana Nui Network who would love to celebrate with you.
Absolutely.
I know it's the pressure. Like everybody always asks me, what are you doing for your birthday? And I feel so much pressure. So I never make any plans. And then we
will make plans for you right now.
Right.
Well, that's what ended up happening. My friend Qiana, she was like, we're going to brunch on your birthday. I said, okay, what time? She was like 11. I said, okay. And that's literally my plan.
Cool. So after brunch, you're coming by the expo.
Where's the expo again?
Which mall is it? North
Lake.
North Lake Mall, yeah.
Oh, by the comic book place? I mean, by the
Yep.
Where they have where the cheap AMC is. Is the AMC still there? Man. you could still go to a movie cheap there, or you could.
No, you're thinking about North DeKalb.
Cab Mall, yes.
Oh.
Yeah, they moved from North DeKalb to North Lake Mall.
Oh, well, I don't know where North Lake Mall is. Oh, that's in Tucker, right?
Is that Tucker?
I think there's a Marlowe's Tavern over there that we used to turn up at.
I can't remember.
I'll find it. Look.
Don't ask me about directions. My local geography sucks sometimes.
If I have to go that way, I'm going to say no, because all of this traffic.
North Lake Mall is in Tucker. You're right. North Lake is Tucker.
Okay.
Still come out.
We'll see, because they've been doing all this construction on the highway. I've been trying to avoid it, except for the fact that I have to work.
I mean, there is that. So,
yeah.
Well, we were just finishing up talking about the CBA and them missing their deadline yesterday for the WNBA. Any insight before we move on from there?
Pay the ladies. Absolutely, ladies. That's all. I mean, there's nothing else to say. Pay these women.
And the one thing I want to make sure we say, and I know James said it earlier when he was giving his rundown, do not believe these articles in these sites that say they are asking for NBA level of money. All they want is a fair and equitable distribution. I need people to stop with the bullshit saying that they're expecting to get these $100 million contracts when that is not at all what's going on.
Nah, not even close. They just want the average salary to come up to as close to $1 million as possible.
Right.
Because it's crazy that rookies are getting paid what I make in a year.
You balling?
No, I'm not balling. I am not balling, especially not when the highest salary of a WNBA player is $325,000, I believe.
Oh yeah, we know they don't get paid. Most of them don't even get paid no
one's making over $500,000.
The lowest NBA person makes. So
when I found out that I make more than some WNBA players, and I was like, that is just crazy.
But Mac, you're like the IT extraordinaire. You should be up. You are up there in that whole.
I work for the government. I work for the government, though. Always remember that. I work for the government.
Mm-hmm. Tell me anything.
Right. So, moving on now to some NBA shenanigans that have taken place. And Farius, I know this is where your homework comes in, but before we get to your homework, I want to talk about something that's been going around because, again, I don't pay attention to the NBA until roughly the playoffs, more or less, because football, you see this thing behind me. Life is great.
Ding, ding, ding. Shame. Ding, ding, ding. Shame.
No, there's no shame. The NBA is not a sport worth watching where every video I see is basically memeage of what the hell is this? And it's a dude bouncing the ball once, taking 72 steps before he decides to either lay it up or shoot a jumper. And I don't hear nothing about crab dribble. If you are under the age of 40, shut the F up, get off my timeline, and stay off my yard. Yes, I'm going to be that guy right now. Because when did the fundamentals of basketball go out the window? So much so that this current generation of NBA fans, and I do mean like their current target audience, and not so much the fans, it's Laker fans, and by Laker fans, I mean Kobe fans, are in their feelings because last night, one Bam Adebayo scored 83 points, and you would have thought the world came to an end.
Right?
Because now he is in the record books as the number 2 all-time scorer in a game behind only Wilt Chamberlain's 100 points and ahead of Kobe Bryant's 81 against the Raptors almost 20 years ago, basically.
Yep.
And he beat LeBron's franchise record too. It was like 62, I think, for Miami.
For Miami, yes. And Bam is a center, technically, for the Miami Heat. They did this last night in Miami against the worst team in the league. Yes, my beloved Washington Bullets. I will not call them that other name. I refuse.
Oh,
I know they changed the name. I refuse to acknowledge the name. It's a dumb name. I hate to quote Nick Fury, considering it was a dumb name, I've decided to ignore it. And they will always be the Bullets to me.
Yep.
So I don't know. My video is acting real stupid right now.
It's your green screen.
That's a wall.
You decided you wanted "Life is Great, Football is Better" behind you.
There we go. Okay, let's do that.
It's because you're transforming. See, you wore the Transformers shirt. We don't know what you're turning into right now. Y'all, I'm trying to be good, and like, if you see me turn my camera off, it's because I have to have dinner. I'm hungry.
I understand.
But I'm listening. Still can't see you with the Eagles.
Yeah, I see.
It's the Transformers. Go change your shirt.
It's not the shirt. It's the camera. There we go.
You need a new camera.
It was the camera. The camera was smudged.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, Bam scores these points last night, and Laker/Kobe fans are in their feelings and losing they ish. They have been on one since the clock hit triple zeros last night. That wasn't a real game. That's not real basketball. And that's the one that got me the most, because what the hell is real basketball? What do you define as real basketball right now? Because last I checked, the current game of the NBA, current as in today, what these fans so crazily obsess about is how the game is better now than it was 10 or 20 years ago. And you're entitled to that opinion. But understand that there is blatant traveling.
Yep.
And I when I say blatant traveling, I mean some of these dudes need to be carrying luggage on the court. Like tickets booked to the Bahamas or something, with the way they carry the ball from the half court line to the hoop. Like slap an airline logo on you while you at it.
The constant flopping.
The flopping has died down because they decided to penalize flopping.
Has LeBron been penalized yet?
Huh?
Has LeBron been penalized yet?
Well, that's funny because he doesn't do it now unless he gets breathed on going for a layup. Because in conjunction with Bam's 83, another thing I saw that happened over the weekend was he went up for a layup. A defender was there, tried to block the shot. Now, I want you to understand this defender never touched LeBron, but he went to the ground and grabbed one arm.
I saw that.
And then quickly reached over and grabbed the other arm. So he's holding both arms and screaming in pain and didn't get the call.
Didn't get touched.
So back to Bam. It's a great night for Bam. He was there celebrating with his mom. Post game, he had his girlfriend Asia Wilson of the WNBA with him. Gave a shout out to her as well, but saying she's making me a better player or whatnot. Matter of fact, I think there it is. Play a little bit of that one because this was a good thing that happened, and yet fans around the league are pretty much just in their feelings. Let's give this a listen.
How I got my
haters
point and how she wanted me to wait. So to have 83, the first game she's here is very special. The behind the scenes and the workouts and the conversations, they're very motivating. And obviously you see what she does and you get inspired every day by that. So I'm thankful to have her in my life. She's going to cry, by the way.
No, I'm not.
I'm complaining about how I got.
I really like the two of them as a
right.
couple. They are just that, yeah.
I love that. That was so sweet. Shout out your girl. That's how you do. She supports you. She there for you. You better go ahead and shout her out. Shoot.
Absolutely. And again, like, I don't know why. I know why people are in their feelings, but my thing is, this is the game you love. Why are you upset? Because this is the same game in which, Herndon can score 60 points with this stupid traveling behind the 3-point line backstep to shoot open threes. And, Steph still goes off for 50 every now and then. KD's popped off for 50 at least once already this season. Yep. But all of a sudden, Bam scoring 83 is a problem.
But what gets me is, if you pay attention to any sport long enough, every record is going to be broken by somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually.
Laxing the rules on defense.
Right.
Well, I think, too, I was watching Get Up this morning, and they were talking about, Wilt's 100 points against my Knicks and all. But that's neither here nor there. But they were just talking about how that game was played, too, how, like, they were fouling him and they were doing whatever, and his teammates were trying to, like, get him to get up to that 100 points. So, the team was behind him, too. So they saw he was on fire, so they was throwing it to him. They were like, you know what? Get your points. So why not? Like, I don't understand. Like, they did it before. If you're a true fan of the sport, then that's what went on when Wilt did it. And it might not have went on when Kobe did it, but I still think that they threw it to Kobe because they knew he was on fire too. So,
Well, Kobe also did it post Shaq. So a Kobe situation, it's always that meme that pops up. What you see, what Kobe sees, and what you see is 5 Laker jerseys and 5 opponent jerseys in the screen. And then the next slide is what Kobe sees, and he's the only one in the Lakers jersey, and everybody else is in the opponent's jersey. So
I just feel like everybody's just a hater, just a big hater.
Oh man!
Okay, look, a phrase that you used is "real fans,"
right?
And
right. And I don't think those exist anymore as far as the NBA goes. Because look, as much as I want to love men's basketball specifically, because I don't at this point in time, I like and still cheer for individual players that I'm a fan of. But as far as, an NBA game is on tonight, I'm going to sit down and watch it, that does not happen anymore. It really doesn't. Like, it hasn't happened basically since 2019.
If it's the Hawks, I will.
That's fair.
If it's the Knicks, I definitely will. Well, actually, for me, if it's a sport and it's on the TV, I'm watching it. So I don't really have like.
I hear you, but for me, it can't just be any sport.
Yeah, and I don't mean any sport, but
right.
Just about, like if baseball, even with baseball, like I may have it on and I might have it on mute and I might be doing something on the computer, but I'm always still constantly checking like, what's going on. And even with basketball, same thing. But if it's the Knicks, I definitely have it on and I'm locked in.
Cool. All right, Fierce, go ahead with your homework, which ties into the NBA.
Okay. So if you know anything about Atlanta, Georgia, you know that this is a very interesting city.
Interesting is an understatement. I've been here 30 years now.
There are things that go on in Atlanta that just don't happen anywhere else. The Hawks were planning to do a sponsor. I don't want to say sponsor. They were going to have a night paying tributes, we'll say it that way, to Magic City, which is a strip club here in Atlanta. Technically
not paying tribute to Magic City, but all things culturally Atlanta is how it was.
Yeah, absolutely. The centerpiece, though, happened to be Magic City.
Yes.
And one of the things that a lot of people don't realize, if you're not a Hawks fan, is the city part of it, or the city part of it is obviously the game is against the Orlando Magic. Yeah. And then
this coming Monday, which we were going to go to until tickets took a turn for your wallet.
The city part comes in because the Hawks have a bunch of different jerseys that they rotate depending on, what part of the year they're playing in. And they've got one jersey that's called the City Edition jersey. Mm-hmm. So, that's how you get the play on Magic City, the strip club, and also Magic City, Orlando versus Atlanta. Mm-hmm. You didn't know that either, Candaysee?
I didn't know about the city jersey.
Okay,
I knew about the Magic, and I thought that was play on words because you're in our city and it's Magic, and then Magic City, But
anyway. If you're wanting to buy a Hawks jersey and you go look at the different selection of jerseys, you'll see the City Edition jerseys. Mm-hmm. Also, if you are a fan of lemon pepper wet chicken wings, Magic City is the originator.
You see his face.
No lemon pepper wet.
I like lemon pepper. I just don't like my lemon pepper wet.
That's fine. Not everybody's going to like it, but it has become famous enough that enough people like it. And again, it originated at Magic City. Mm-hmm. So if you like
I didn't know that either.
If you like lemon pepper wet, you've got to thank Magic City for that. So,
that's interesting.
So the event was going to have these Magic City hoodies that unfortunately the only ones they're going to have are people, or the only order, and hold on, I don't want to say it. There was a period in time where you could pre-order the jersey. Mm-hmm. Those are the only people who were going to get jerseys, are the people who pre-ordered,
and those who have tickets to the game.
That part still isn't 100% clear.
Okay. Because the article I read said that the pre-orders and those who are going to be at the game, because they're going to sell, I guess they're going to sell whatever it is they have for the game that night still at the game.
Okay.
So
because what I read said only the pre-orders.
Gotcha.
So
let's just put it this way. We know somebody who's going to be at the game.
Yep.
And before this weekend, I'm going to hit him up and cash app him some funds to be like, I need a 2X. I need you to buy that jersey before you sit down. I mean, the hoodie.
Me too.
My bestie already has her marching orders. She'll be getting some too.
Now, look, I'm not a Hawks fan. I never pretend to be. I don't mind the logo, but you're going to give me a hoodie that says Magic City on the back? Right. With the Atlanta skyline? Sign me up.
Now,
oh Lord.
The other thing, so you got the Magic City hoodie. They were going to have the Magic City lemon pepper wet wings on the menu for the night, and T.I. is performing at halftime. My understanding is that he is still going to perform at halftime. They are still going to have the wings, but they will no longer have, the big
hoodie.
Yeah.
Tell me you don't want that hoodie.
Yeah. I want that hoodie, damn it.
Lie and say you don't want that hoodie.
I want that
I'll
hoodie.
just take one of yours. I'm gonna come visit and then just,
Visit who?
Huh?
I'm just gonna come visit one of y'all.
You don't even know where I live.
You don't know where I live.
Matt. James, I know where you live.
No, you don't.
Mm-mm. I know where everybody lives.
You know where everybody.
I know where y'all live. I'm gonna pull up.
Okay. I want you to understand that you, as good as a friend you are to both of us, you are not that good of a friend to where you have hoodie privileges.
That part. Unfortunately, that part.
Darn it. Okay.
And you know this.
Yeah.
I know, but I tried.
Not. I mean, good. A for effort.
I tried it. I'm gonna find out
because we love you.
Yeah, we definitely love you, but
we don't hoodie love you.
You're not getting that hoodie.
All right.
But yeah, so all of that, and now here's the piece that I don't know. When an NBA team is going to have a theme night at their games, what I don't know, and I assume they don't have to, is I don't know if they have to reach out to league representatives to get the okay for the theme of the game.
They do. They all have to be approved by the league. So the article I just showed that had the picture in it, here's a statement from Adam Silver. And this is a direct quote. When we became aware of the Atlanta Hawks schedule promotion, we reached out to the Hawks leadership to better understand their plans and rationale. While we appreciate the team's perspective and their desire to move forward, we have heard significant concerns from a broad array of league stakeholders, including fans, partners, and employees. I believe canceling this promotion is the right decision for the broader NBA community, aka this is a family-friendly environment that we are promoting, and unfortunately, a strip club does not fit with that family-friendly.
It's not like they're gonna have strippers on poles dancing at the game.
You don't know that?
Atlanta.
It's Atlanta. Y'all was performing at halftime. There were wings. You've been to a Hawks game. You've been to many a Hawks game, like I have.
Yeah.
You know who's walking around there like it's a fashion show.
I do.
Now, not saying that to disparage women in any way. Women can do what they want, how they please, whatever. And I'm all for women empowerment in all aspects, especially sexually. So for the NBA player who basically plays like 10 minutes a night from the San Antonio Spurs, who said this is demeaning to women, please shut the F up. You don't speak for women.
Who said that?
What is it? I can't think of what that dude's name is.
Luke.
Well, all I know is, first of all, it is a legal profession. First of all.
Right.
Luke Cornett.
Second of all, if you live in Atlanta and you're bringing your kids to Magic City night, you probably already know, and they probably already know what Magic City is. It's a staple in Atlanta. They already know it's a strip club. All you're gonna do is that you're gonna cheat the children. Don't be like them.
There's a certain demographic that lives, and I won't say necessarily in this city, but around this city.
They know Magic City too.
I mean, they should know Magic City, but they should also know what the AU Center is, and they don't. So
that's where they do all of their business dealings. Magic City.
Well, no,
stop playing.
They do their dealings at what's the name of the restaurant at the Cheetah? Alluvula, I think.
Cheetah not open no more.
I was about to say the Cheetah been closed.
When did
Cheetah been closed?
All right.
And they do it at Magic City because you know that they like them.
Remember,
they like what they see at Magic City and not at Cheetah.
The former executive officer of the NFL Players Union last year was forced to step down and resign due to his dealings in Magic City. We mentioned that on the show last year, roughly. Matter of fact, this show last year.
Right. So
maybe that's the reason why the league was like, I don't think so.
But James, I want to touch on something that you mentioned when you were reading that quote from that article. Mm-hmm. Silver said, when we found out, which to me, that sounds like that the Hawks did not tell them up front what they were doing.
Yes.
Somebody snitched.
You didn't say when the Hawks contacted us. He said, when we found out.
Yes.
To me, that says they didn't know what was going on until old boy from San Antonio started making noise about it.
I don't think they realized what Magic City was.
Yes,
I think they thought it was a play on words, and they didn't really read or do anything when the Hawks presented it.
I don't buy that. I don't. You might be absolutely right. You might be absolutely right. But
let's see. I've been living here 31 years now. This fall.
Oh, you're old.
You shut your face. It's kind of hard not to know what that is, considering 5 minutes after I stepped on Morehouse's campus for a summer program in 1995, that was one of the first things I heard about.
But you just said when you stepped onto whose campus?
Morehouse. What's the problem?
Morehouse?
Yeah. College.
What school is that? Is that a historically Black college?
It is a prestigious college in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Next door to Spelman.
I'm not sure what you're trying to say, Candaysee.
Right. What is she trying to say?
All I'm saying is,
say it with your chest. Get it out.
Right down the street. Right down the street. Right down the street.
I mean, there is
like
one
it-
still
just like
technically
it-
under the West End station.
Just like
Yeah.
at Tech, we knew about Cheetah. Just like at Tech, we knew about Cheetah because the girls at Tech, they used to dance there. They're all respectable now, so we're not going to talk about it. But you know.
I knew a young lady back in the late 90s who had an aerospace engineering degree from Georgia Tech and made more money dancing at the Cheetah than she did with her engineering degree.
Oh.
Look,
And this
I
was
knew
in the 90s
girls,
when the economy was good.
I knew girls who were freshmen and sophomore when I first got in, you know, who that's how they paid their tuition.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm not going to sit here and act like I haven't contributed to the tuition payments of a lot of young ladies.
Me too.
I'm not going to sit here and act like I haven't because I enjoy strip clubs. I do.
I said, go get your education, boo.
Right.
Turn around.
Right. But yeah, so yeah, and all of that, and then the league gets in. Old boy makes a ruckus. The league office gets involved, and now the night is canceled. I mean, obviously the game is still going to happen, but it's no longer a Magic City themed night. Except they will still have the wings, and T.I. is still performing at halftime.
Yes.
What's the man's name again? Now you know what? They better watch out because they might have pissed T.I. off. T.I.'s dancers might come out and start stripping. You know they be half naked anyway. He might come out with some scantily clad ladies dancing. Talk about you can have whatever you like.
The Hawks did release a statement. The Hawks released a statement. And I'm quoting here: while we are very disappointed in the NBA's decision to cancel our Magic City promotion, we fully respect its decision. As a franchise, we remain committed to celebrating the best of Atlanta with authenticity in ways that continue to unite and bring us all together. And that's the key thing right there, because this was, again, a celebration of Atlanta with authenticity. And if you have lived in Atlanta for more than, I don't know, let's just gracefully say 2 years, there are certain things you should know that happen and go on, and certain places in Atlanta that are just staples of living here.
Church
Whether
conferences.
you go to them or not, you should just know about things.
Yeah.
Church conferences. I don't know what you're talking about. Church conferences. That's what happens in this city.
No one believes you, Candaysee. No one believes you.
A lot of gymnastics.
A lot of gymnastics
competitions.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you can call them gymnastics, and you technically can call it a church conference because there is a lot of praise and worship going on there.
I'm done now.
Oh God!
Did I lie?
No, you didn't.
I missed the part where I told a lie.
I'm gonna tell my mama not to watch this episode.
She's watching live. It's too late.
She is not watching that. I know she's not watching live. It's Wednesday night.
Oh my gosh! But yeah, all of that, and there's a part of me that is, and don't get me wrong, I do understand the aspect that some people are legitimately concerned about the treatment and potential abuse of women who work in this industry. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to belittle that concern, because it's a legitimate concern. There are certain businesses and certain industries where the women that are involved in those industries are not always there willingly, and there is abuse that happens. I don't want to demean and belittle that, because we all know that happens and it needs to stop. But also at the same time, a lot of the women in this industry are there because they want to be there and make a hell of a lot of money being a dancer at this particular establishment. So there's that aspect of it as well. The chief of operations, I can't remember what her name is because I saw a quick headline earlier today. She was talking about how instrumental the owner of Magic City has been in the community and in her life by, number one, giving her the opportunity to be the chief of operations and just other things that he has done. And she said she understands that, not everybody is on the same page with them, but she was a little disappointed that, the event got canceled, or the theme night was canceled. So, you've got people on both sides of the issue. I'm on the side that says they should have let them have it. But yeah, and that's the other thing. What now happens with people who paid a hell of a lot more money for their tickets because it was going to be a Magic City themed night instead of the normal ticket prices? Because before the Magic City night was announced, I want to say ticket, you could still, if you bought a $200 ticket, you were pretty close to, you were in the 100 seat level. Now that $200 ticket is standing room only. So again, for those people who paid, I don't know, $600, $700, $800, maybe $1,000 for their tickets, what now happens? I would be very upset if I was a person who paid $1,000 for a ticket, and now you're telling me all of the potential pomp and circumstance is not good. And I guess that's the other thing is, since we know they weren't going to have strippers coming out to perform, what's the rationale for these expensive $1,000 tickets?
Already paid for them. No refunds. It's TI and the wings, like you said, because that, like, again, the pomp and circumstance around, we don't know what else was going to happen during the game, or that was going to be available throughout the game as far as the different stalls and stands. We know the Atlanta Hawks store there at the stadium was going to sell, past tense was, because I did see that in the article as well. Pre-orders only are being honored for the hoodie. That's it. So going to the game now is pretty much a non-starter. There were people literally buying a ticket just to go to the game so they can get to the store and buy some paraphernalia, whether it's a jersey, a t-shirt, or a hoodie with the Magic City print on it or whatever. None of that's happening now. Everything's just been reduced down to they're playing the Magic on Monday, T.I.'s performing at halftime, and the lemon pepper wet wings is going to be on the menus at the various food stands.
Yeah.
Everything else has been canceled.
They better be good too. Like, they better not be trying to like play people. Like, they better have the cooks from Magic City to have better given them the recipe to make them lemon pepper wet wings. Because I would be mad if they were just generic.
The other thing to be mindful of, because I've seen a lot of ads on Instagram that are clearly fake ads selling the Magic City hoodie.
Yep.
Because you'll look at the ad and it almost looks authentic until you see the site address for where they're selling it, and I'm like, well, that's not the Hawks, that's not the NBA shop, and you click on it.
And a lot of virtual shops have popped up claiming that they're going to sell the hoodie as well. So my thing is, how are you now going to sell some? Because pre-orders have stopped.
Yep.
Like, once this edict came down, they shut down the pre-order part. And I wish I had known about the pre-order before, because definitely would have ordered one before I went to BlurredCon.
Yeah. And I was waiting for because James, when you sent me that screenshot, I was just gonna, at that point, I was just gonna wait until the game Monday to order mine and be done with it. Because truth be told, I don't care about the Orlando Magic. I just wanted the hoodie.
That part.
I think that was a lot of people.
Now, what I wonder, and I hope they do this. I hope a few boxes of those hoodies make their way over to Magic City.
Ooh.
Now that would be smart.
And maybe Magic City sells the hoodies. I don't know the legality of that. There's probably nothing illegal about it.
There's nothing illegal about it. It's the logistics of how many were initially ordered to come to the stadium for the Hawks storefront there at the stadium, right? And because now it's like, all right, we put a stop on that shipment, turn around, send back. But again, all the pre-orders are being honored. So how many extra hoodies exist out there? Because if you do something stupid like, hey, we send all the Super Bowl gear for the losing team to some third world country, I'm gonna fight you.
Yeah. Because again, I forget what the number is that the arena holds, but I would wager you take the number of seats that the arena will hold, and they have at least that many. You know, maybe an extra 2,000 to 3,000 for people who might buy more than one or some number of extra hoodies they're going to have. But there has to be a pallet somewhere
right
of an 18-wheeler getting delivered. So the question is, how do we get that pallet over to Magic City? Because, I may just, after work on Monday, make me a trip over to Magic City and see if I can find a hoodie.
I mean, it's worth a try.
Absolutely.
You might go over there and they might be like, come to the back.
And I certainly will.
Yep.
And I'll be like, okay, I'm going to need about 3 of those because I got a few people who going to want one. So I'm going to need about 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate it's not going to happen. I get it, though. But I'm still disappointed. And I'm a little sad. Because the other thing that irritates me about this is it's already hard enough to watch a Hawks game on TV if you don't subscribe to the damn, I think it's Bally, whatever the streaming network
is. Sports or whatever, yeah.
So now I used to, as a kid, I could watch any and every Hawks game on TBS and TNT.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're telling me I got to subscribe to an extra service, and now you're telling me I don't get to have a damn Magic City hoodie? I'm sad and I'm angry. Taking all my shit away.
Could be worse. You could be a Washington basketball fan.
Sorry.
Oh,
I kind of like my players not bringing guns to the arena.
That was such a long time ago.
I don't care. That's one of the but still,
that was like 20 years ago,
and
it still happened.
And even people who weren't around back then probably know about it.
Gosh, let the man's got grown. The man has a grown child now.
I don't care.
So he's still a knucklehead. Have you heard him talk recently? Moving on.
There are just certain things that sports teams do not get to live down. Him bringing guns into the arena qualifies as theirs.
Oh, man. All right. So this is March, and we know both tournaments are about to start up soon. This week, all the last of the conference finals of both the men's and women's side are taking place. Is there anything or any particular teams you all looking forward to seeing, men's or women's side, for this upcoming tournament?
I haven't watched any college basketball this year, really, like I normally do. And I was just really excited. I was hoping that Georgia Tech women might get into the I knew the men weren't really going to get in, but the women maybe possibly. But then they lost to, who'd they lose to? Virginia in the ACC tournament?
Possibly.
I don't remember. But yeah, this is going to be one of those years where I'm just going to be like, do with my brackets.
Oh, God.
I feel shameful.
Why?
You should be. No, I'm just playing.
I am. I feel shame. I've been watching a lot of women's basketball, but I haven't watched men's college like I normally do.
It's enough people watching men's basketball that they are okay missing your viewership.
Yeah, I don't think the women are going to make the tournament. They finished 14-18 overall and 8-10 in conference play.
Oh, that's awful. Okay.
So yeah.
Well, anyway, I'm always going to go for Dawn.
Tech ain't going.
Oh, you know who though? Okay, so I like Dawn. So
we all love Dawn. We love Dawn.
But
so yes,
you know who else I like? I want to
Hmm?
root for the Alabama A&M team. You think they'll get in?
If they win their, I can't remember if they won their conference championship or not.
That was just really exciting. I didn't watch everything, but they were in the news a couple of times. And so then I was like, oh, and then look at the coach. Yes. Sorry.
They are currently 22-9. They won their game today. They beat FAMU.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's see.
More on FAMU later.
I mean, I just hope that they get a chance to get, because I know that those teams they could be real good, but they kind of still get kind of shafted and they come in at like the lowest seed, even though their record is better than some. They're just not the elite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get it.
Oh, I feel so shameful. You just made me feel like what have I been doing for my like, what have I been doing even after football?
You are perfectly fine. It is no biggie whatsoever. Look, I've been kind of miffed at the lack of celebration of the Seahawks winning the Super Bowl. Yeah.
What?
We'll get to that shortly. But yeah, as far as college basketball, again, I'm only looking forward to the women's tournament. Definitely want to see South Carolina bounce back because they didn't just lose their conference final to Texas. They got the brakes beat off them by almost 20 points. And if you understand how Dawn coaches that team, that is unacceptable. And this wasn't a situation of last year where she lost a title game to UConn by damn near 30 because there was literally nothing they could do with Paige Beckers. This looked like mental errors, lack of focus, and the little things of taking care of the ball and making a smart play, they just did not do. So to say Dawn is on them right now until their first tournament game, yeah. So whoever draws South Carolina's women's team in the first round of the playoffs, I pray for you because you're about to catch a 30-plus point beat down. And it's not your fault. It really isn't your fault. And you deserve to be in the tournament. It just sucks you got chosen to go up to play South Carolina because they will most likely be a 2 seed in the tournament because they didn't win the championship. Texas did. The ones will most likely be UConn, UCLA, Texas, and wild card on the 4th 1 seed, but South Carolina would definitely be a 2. What's that? What'd she say?
Oh, I said the usual people. The
usual people. Well, UConn is undefeated right now.
Yeah, I know.
UConn hasn't lost the game, and they won their conference tournament, so they will be the number 1 overall seed. UCLA won the Big Ten championship, so they will probably be the number 2 overall seed, and Texas will be number 3 by virtue of winning the SEC tournament.
Well, actually, James, as of right now, and granted, I know this is just ESPN, they're projecting UCLA to come in and be number 1 in their
overall.
Region.
Yeah, I know they've been talking about that, but there's no way that the committee is going to make them. And look, they've had a good season. They've had a phenomenal season.
31.
There's no way they're going to be ranked number 1 overall for the tournament with a perfect UConn sitting out there. I've seen this horror movie before. I know how it ends.
Well, no, I'm just saying based on their regions.
Yeah, yeah, there'll be a 1 seed in their region. I'm not denying that. But as far as number 1 overall for the tournament,
yeah.
No, because UConn is perfect.
Yeah,
UConn is still perfect.
34-0.
Mm-hmm. So what's probably going to happen is UConn and UCLA will be on opposite ends of the bracket, and the committee hoping they meet in the final, because that's a championship game they're going to try to set up and not have it be a regional final or semifinal, if you will.
Yeah.
So my only concern is where and in what region will South Carolina be a 2 seed? Because the 4th, whoever won the ACC tournament, I think it was Duke. Duke women probably won the ACC tournament. They may be the 4th 1 seed, but I'm not 100% on that one.
Now, I'm looking at the bracket. I'm looking at the regional breakdown that ESPN has. And you definitely know more college basketball than I do. But what they've got for South Carolina, they've got South Carolina projected to be a 1 seed in Region 4 coming Sacramento.
That is still possible. They could be that 4th 1 seed. I'm not banking on it, though.
Okay.
I'm not banking on it. Like, it was, let's put it this way. They would have been one of the top. They would have been the 3rd 1 seed going into the conference tournament play. But the way they lost to Texas, and again, there's nothing wrong with them losing to Texas because I believe Texas was ranked behind them in the national rankings anyway going into the game. I believe it was UConn, UCLA, South Carolina, Texas, and then whoever else after that. But because those two, you basically have two top 5 schools playing for the conference championship, it guarantees both of them obviously in the tournament, but it doesn't guarantee that regardless of who won, the loser would still get a 1 seed. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, I got you.
So we will see how that plays out and everything. And like I said, if they get the 1 seed, I will be happy. But seeing how the selection committee chooses these things, I'm not expecting them to be a 1 seed at this point. I'll be happy if they are. If they're the 4th 1 seed, I'll be ecstatic. But right now, the way I look at it, they'll be a 2. The only question is, what region will they put them in to be the 2 seed? Because the 1 seeds, let me phrase that. The 1s, the 2s, the 3s, and the 4s all stay home and play little mini tournaments in their region, if you will. Like they play games on their home courts. And then after that first weekend is when everybody travels. Regardless, that's where you get the quarterfinals and semifinals for the different regions and whatnot. So we'll see how it plays out. We will see how it plays out. And since I did tease this, NFL stuff, since we're here now, I did give you all some homework towards the end of last month. Did everybody do it? Did everybody do it?
Did you remind us? We're over 40. You got to tell us 2 days beforehand.
My homework was Magic City.
No, that was not just your homework. There's a pinned comment in our chat.
Yeah, the article. Yes.
Oh, wait, there was a pinned article in our chat. Where is it? I don't be looking at the chat like that. Come on, guys.
It's funny because I've started kind of looking at them as the G League for the NFL.
Well, and what we're talking about is the UFL right now. Yeah. They're implementing new rules, and the reason it is pinned. If you click the banner at the top of the chat window where it says pinned thing, it'll take you right to the article.
Wait, I'm looking at my phone. I don't see it. Y'all know I don't do this. Y'all, I hate you. Actually, you guys hate me.
Does it show up if you look at it on your phone? Actually, I don't
know.
No,
it does not.
Shows up on mine.
Where?
I didn't unpin it.
Let me go to info.
No, it's there, Candaysee. It's there.
But how do I find it? Oh, I see. View pinned messages.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, this is my panel. These are my colleagues.
Hey,
you gotta first of all just do this almost a whole month ago.
I did my homework. I did. Much like when I was in school as a little nerdy kid who was, pretty much a loner. I did my homework.
I did my homework too, but this pinned message, you've got to be like, yo, guys, remember the pinned message?
Really?
Because when I pull this up.
I'm listening.
But you guys do a lot of talking during the day when I'm at work and I'm not close to a phone to see all this stuff. So then I got to come home and I got to scroll through 12, 15, 16, 25, 33 messages.
But
and then you want to say there's a pin message?
That's the beauty of the pin. You don't have to scroll.
Exactly. That's why I pinned it.
That's the thing. When I open up my phone, it doesn't just automatically say, here's this pinned message. So now you're saying I got to go to info, click on pinned messages to see if you might have pinned a message to make sure that I didn't miss something. How about you guys just say at Candaysee, check your pinned messages.
I opened up my phone and I see it right there. I didn't have to go.
Okay, mine doesn't do that. Okay.
Well, we need to get you a better phone.
That part.
Or how about I just don't even know what to tell you. But anyway, let's talk about this UFL, since y'all want to, this is not my ministry, but go ahead. Let's talk about the UFL because I'm actually very excited to see this whole 4-point. Yeah, go ahead.
I love now the.
So hold on. So before we start talking, I just want to point this out to the audience so they know as well. The 4 rules that the UFL is implementing for this upcoming season, which starts on March 27th, is that a 60-yard field goal or longer is worth 4 points. Punting from inside the opposing territory, meaning once you cross the 50-yard line, is not allowed except in the last 2 minutes of the half. After touchdowns, teams have the option of a 1-point kick from the 33-yard line, a 2-point conversion from the 2-yard line, or a 3-point conversion from the 8-yard line. And the tush push, popularized by my Philadelphia Eagles in the NFL, is no longer allowed in the UFL. So those are the rules. The reason I made my panel read this article is because, one, we're all hardcore football fans to some degree, and two, the NFL tends to adopt things from the UFL, like the current kickoff is from the UFL. So that's why I had them go over these things. So let's discuss which of these rules, if any, do you think gets, because the tush push didn't even come up for vote this year in the league meetings that happened this month so far.
I still think banning the tush push is a mistake.
It is.
I do, because to me, if you stop it, if you are on defense and the opposing offense is lining up for the tush push, stop it. Why are we banning it? To me, that makes no sense. To me, it makes about as much sense as when the NBA banned Allen Iverson's crossover back in the day.
Oh, that's a deep cut.
Which to me,
I love the tush push.
I do too.
Josh Allen does it all the time.
I think the tush push is a
Josh Allen did it in the playoffs and got 8 freaking yards on it.
I was going to say the Bills use it all the time. We really do.
And they were one of the ones trying to ban it last year.
We just don't call it the tush push, but it's the same thing.
It is.
But did you talk about the because I was trying to scroll through while you were talking, because since did you talk about the 3-point conversion?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. And you talked about the 1 foot inbounds like college?
No, we didn't.
We haven't gotten that far yet.
Oh, okay.
But as far as these 4 rules, which one do you think the NFL will adopt? And I can tell you the easy choice right now, which plainly obvious because of some kicker for Dallas right now who does it like he's falling out of bed, is the 60-yard field goal worth 4 points is most likely going to happen in the NFL at some point.
I could see that.
You think that's going to happen? You think? I don't know if they're going to do that in the NFL.
Yeah.
You think they will?
Yes.
I think there's too many purists that are going to not want to adopt an extra point. I think they would do the 3-point conversion before they do that.
So that's what I was going to say. I actually could see them adopting more than just the 4-point kick. I could see them adopting the 4-point field goal and either one of the extra point attempts. I don't know if it'll be the 3 attempt or not, but I can see them adopting the 4-point field goal and one of those extra point attempts.
Well, all I know is either way, it's going to drive us as fans crazy, because we're going to be like, don't do it. Don't go for it. Analytics are going to tell them to do one thing and the fans are going to be like, no. And then they're going to do it. And then it's going to be bad.
Well, again, so much like settling for 50-yard field goals used to be taboo because you always wanted to make sure it was 40. Making a 50-yard field goal is like kicking an extra point now in the league. Look at the success rate over the last decade or so of 50-plus yard field goals. And now look at the success rate of 60-yard field goals over the last 5 years when teams pretty much got desperate and started doing it, because the record's been broken twice in the last 5 years.
They got to stop being so strong. Their legs got to stop. Like, what are these kids eating? What are they putting in their legs?
I like the fact that the league is finally realizing the importance of a strong field goal kicker. Because obviously every team wants a good field goal kicker, but nobody wants the game to come down to whether or not your field goal kicker makes it kick or not. Nobody wants that one score to be the deciding factor in their game. But
that is true.
But everybody knows you're gonna have those days where I'm down by 3. I kick a 60-plus field goal, I win the game.
Mm-hmm. Especially if it's going to be worth 4 points and you're down 3.
Right.
Because now it means that I no longer have to kick, or I no longer am forced to go for a touchdown to win.
Right.
I can kick this field goal and still win.
And we lost Candaysee.
And we did lose Candaysee.
Come back. Come back, Candaysee. But yeah, I can see them adopting more than just one of these rules.
Yeah. And look, people think that the tush push will eventually get banned. I'm like, it's not going to be a problem until Philadelphia starts dominating teams with it again, like they did in their 2 Super Bowl runs. Because that was pretty much when the chatter about this is unfair or ugly to look at and all the other stupid complaints, to which I will second one first. For anyone who thinks this is ugly to look at, I need you to pretty much watch any video on the history of football, because that's what football was.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, fine.
I'm glad you're back. No, but James, I don't think it'll get banned unless people are consistently getting hurt. I think that would be the thing to ban it.
And remember, that was the lie that the Green Bay Packers and other teams tried to use as a reason to ban it, was the injury rate. Here's the problem. Here's the problem with that statement, the injury rate on that play. There's no data to say that players get injured on that play.
Right.
So what injury rate are you talking about where data does not exist because, oh, wait, that's right, no one gets injured on that play?
Right.
Now, if you want to talk about Patrick Mahomes, basically his kneecap twisting to the side of his knee a couple of years ago, that happened on a traditional quarterback sneak.
Yeah.
Not a tush push.
So that's it. I think that's what it would take. It would take either people consistently getting hurt, or somebody's franchise quarterback who's the face of the league, like say Mahomes or Josh Allen, or Hurts. It would take somebody getting serious. Look, one of those quarterbacks would have to be seriously hurt, or there has to be a constant stream of other players getting hurt, in my opinion, to cause them to think about banning the tush push.
Yeah, it still won't happen, because here's the thing. The teams who worry about their quarterbacks getting hurt, guess what they use? The tight end.
Oh, well, yeah.
Because the Chiefs do it with Noah Gray. Matter of fact, all their sneaks are done by Noah Gray. Noah Gray, for those who don't know, is the backup to Travis Kelce. The Baltimore Ravens do it with their tight end. I'm blanking on his name. Mark Andrews. He's the one that runs there. The Bills use Josh Allen because he's bigger and strong, bigger in frame and stature than most quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for teams who don't want to get their quarterback hurt, they use another player.
Yeah.
But that player's not getting hurt.
Nope. Yeah, because I haven't heard of anybody getting hurt from the tush push. Some people's feelings get hurt, but I don't care about the feelings.
Look, as Nick Sirianni used to say in press conferences, basically for Philadelphia, it's 1st and 9. And what's coming on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. That's your bad. In my team's defense, I say, if you give up 9 yards, you might as well gave us 11. Because you know what's going to happen if it's a yard to go or it's on the goal line. I get it. The NFC Championship, in which Frankie Louvu kept jumping over the line of scrimmage trying to stop us from doing it when we played Washington, was, pissed everybody off, especially when the referee said, if Washington keeps doing this, we can award a score, and people didn't know. Yes, people, that is a rule. It falls under the realm of unsportsmanlike conduct, or conduct unbecoming to the game of football, whatever you want to call it. But it's in there. They can award touchdowns. People still didn't know that and still don't believe it to this day. Fan of a sport, you don't know the rules. What's wrong with you?
Again, that goes back to that whole thing of no more hardcore fans, or very few hardcore fans.
And look, my thing is, as a fan, you don't have to be knowledgeable about everything, but I need you to know the rules. For all those Kobe people who are butthurt, you want to know what Kobe did when he got to the league? Let me drop this science on you for all these Kobe fans who are in their feelings right now. Kobe Bryant read the rule book from cover to cover when he got to the league. Why'd he do this? Because he understood that there are 3 referees on an NBA court to monitor 10 players. 3 pairs of eyes can't watch 10 bodies. No matter how you position them, they're always going to miss something. So based on the positioning of the referees, he knew when and where he could do certain things on offense and defense and not get called for it, because he understood where the referees were positioned when they ran up and down the court. So I ain't saying you got to know the rules to be a fan of any particular sport, but it does help so you don't sound ignorant when you say things. But yes, Candaysee, the UFL is also adopting the 1 foot inbounds for a catch, much like they do in college. But that's not something the NFL is going to adopt. They're never going to go to 1 foot inbounds. It's the pros. You need 2 feet in.
Has it ever been 1 foot in for the NFL?
Not to my knowledge. It's always been 2 feet.
So the reason I think they might consider it,
they won't.
Whether or not they adopt it, but they might consider it is
never.
Think about
Go ahead.
Think about how many times we sit and watch an instant replay while they're trying to decide if he got that 2nd foot in time. Again, I'm not saying they're gonna change it. I could see them at least considering it.
Okay. I'm glad you could see them considering it, considering that they've never considered it in my lifetime, ever.
Well, but this
the only time it's ever been, the catch out of bounds has ever been brought up was in regards to when, what they do, because they did this for a couple of years, the push out.
Yeah.
When the defender pushed the wide receiver out of bounds so they couldn't come down inbounds with 2 feet, if you were pushed out of bounds, it was deemed a catch. But if your momentum took you out of bounds, it wasn't a catch.
Right.
And they made that a thing for a couple of years. So defenders pretty much had to pull up on the sidelines when receivers are making catches, because it's like, well, if I push him out of bounds,
it's automatic.
It's automatically a catch. And so now if I'm pushing him, I might as well rip the ball out of his hands too, to make sure he doesn't come down with the ball, because now you have to complete the process.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why that's why I think they will never consider the 1 foot in rule, because it's not college. They want to distinguish themselves from college as much as possible. Not to say that they don't adopt some things from college,
right?
But they want to set the trend as far as this is how football is going to be played, and let subsequent lower levels of football pull from that. Because again, family friendly environment, the kids, and y'all know what I say about the kids.
Well,
so, but yeah, that's the rules thing. Nothing else really major going on except for free agency period. Are there any particular free agency happenings that have taken place since Monday during the tampering period and the official legal point of free agency, which was yesterday at 4 p.m., that you all would like to discuss or comment on? I open the floor, any and everything, signings, trades, whatever have you. Trade that got rescinded.
Kirk Cousins. No more Kirk Cousins.
But now you got two.
Is gone.
You seem a little happy, Furious. You seem a little happy.
Getting rid of Kirk makes me a little bit more okay with knowing we're going to lose James Pierce Jr.
Yeah, he's going to jail.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know we're losing him. And just a minor thing with that. Had he not hit the cop with his car, he'd probably still be able to come back to the league. But because he hit that cop, it's done. It's a done deal for him. It's a done deal. But again, No more Kirk Cousins. No more Kirk Cousins.
So y'all can tell that he is more than just a little bit ecstatic.
But now you have Tua, though.
You know what? No
He's
more
concussion prone.
We have Tua on a 1-year deal.
I know, for like $1 million or something like that.
I am okay with that. That's for an NFL team, that's like under the pillow money. And plus, we're going. I don't know if I believe that Penix is going to be 100% by start of the season.
He won't.
Now, you can make the argument that at some point Tua is going to get hurt, but hopefully by the time he gets hurt, Penix is back to 100%.
That is horrible, bruh.
Hey, it's the real. Hey, James, when have you ever known me to not be realistic about my franchise?
Look, I know you're being realistic about the franchise. I can still say that's horrible. But look, as much as we have, and I'm not saying we specifically, but as a general football audience has concern over Tua, because I ain't gonna lie, the last 3 concussions he got were all cringe-worthy to look at.
I mean, from a pure, he needs to retire. He really should, in my opinion, just hang it up and walk away from the game. Because, like you said, his last couple of concussions have been real. Ooh, I don't know about that. He really should walk away from the game at this point. So don't get me wrong. So while I am happy to have a quarterback who is not hurt, I really do believe Tua needs to walk so that he can maintain his health. I think that is the best thing, is for him to walk.
Fair enough. Candaysee, anything you want to discuss as far as free agency?
The Bills didn't do anything again. I mean, we got DJ Moore. That's it. I mean, we re-signed Dawson Knox too, so I'm excited about that because we to see what's going to happen with Kincaid. I don't think he's up yet for free agency, but do we think it was shenanigans with the whole Baltimore Raiders thing, though?
Yes, we do. Matter of fact, we don't think, we know,
because that was like some BS. The poor Raiders. The Raiders have been spending some money because they was like, we got money, and then someone came and ripped it out their hands.
Pretty much, because now everyone's trying to figure out how they want to negotiate the cap. So for those who don't know, the Raiders pretty much before the official legal period, if you will, of free agency began, made a trade with the Baltimore Ravens. They were going to send Max Crosby to the Ravens. The Ravens were going to give up 2 first-round draft picks. Somewhere last night, the Ravens was like, nah, we backing out this trade. And nobody knew why. And then they signed Trey Hendrickson, who was a free agent from the Cincinnati Bengals. And then the GM of the Ravens came out and said, and this is where the BS starts, the plan was always to acquire both Max Crosby and Trey Hendrickson to have them play in tandem on our defense. But Max Crosby failed his physical. And that's why we backed out the trade. So understand that when teams acquire players, everyone is aware of the injury history. Let's rewind back to the beginning of December. The Raiders are trying to protect their number 1 pick because they are 2 and whatever at the time when December starts. They don't want to win any more games. Max Crosby is one of the best defensive players in the league. And yeah, he could absolutely make a play on the quarterback, strip sack, fumble, run back for a touchdown. That gives the Raiders a chance to win a game. They told him, we're shutting you down for the rest of the season. He ain't want to do that. They were like, fine, we're going to ban you from the facility and you can't come around anymore. And he was like, oh, so y'all for real not letting me play. Cool. So he went ahead and had arthroscopic knee surgery. Not a major procedure for football, right? It's more so a cleaning out thing, right? Getting your knee scoped. That's when they clean out all the scar tissue and wear and tear around the joints and bones and whatnot. And, it's just, I'm not going to say it's a simple procedure, but it is a routine thing that a lot of athletes get when they're feeling wear and tear on their knees, and it, helps with mobility in some regards. The Ravens failing him on the physical, because let's not make any bones about this. Everyone knew that Max got his knee scoped before the season ended, after the Raiders was like, you can't come around here no more. So since he was at home for the last 3 or 4 weeks of the season, he was like, cool, I'm going to go ahead and get this surgery I was going to have in the offseason anyway. I'm going to just do it now. The doctor who performed the surgery said that he's recovering quite well because it's been 8 weeks. For those keeping count, 8 weeks ago goes back into December of last year when he had the surgery. He's where he should be as far as the recovery process. Now, if he's where he should be on the recovery process, and the other 31 teams, aside from the Vegas Raiders, knew that he had his knee scope, how did he fail Baltimore's physical? Easy. Baltimore set criteria that he couldn't meet and failed him on purpose to rescind the trade. And that's not me being a conspiracy theorist. That's the reality of the situation of when you follow a sport for so long and BS when you see and hear it. And what the GM put out there as far as the goal was to get Hendrickson and Crosby, no. They restructured Lamar's deal to accommodate Crosby's contract, which he had just signed an extension last year with the Raiders. And that's how they're going to make that fit. That's why the Baltimore Ravens were not able to retain 9 players they lost already in free agency. That trade is also why the Raiders went out and spent money to acquire 7 new players who weren't on their team last year, 5 of whom are on defense. And now you got Crosby's contract coming back because the Baltimore Ravens basically screwed him on a physical because they was like, oh, there are 2 defensive players out here at the same position. And one we got to give up draft picks for, and the other one is a free agent. How do we mess this up? Yeah, how did you mess this up? Because the no-brainer thing would be like, you go get the free agent so you don't cost yourself draft capital.
Right.
And the only rationale to get Max Crosby as opposed to Trey Hendrickson is the age difference. Max is about 3 years younger than Trey. Trey's 30, 31. Max is 28. But now the injury plays a part in that.
There's this team in Atlanta that, needs to shore up a couple spots on defense that might be interested.
I don't think y'all have the draft capital to give up. Matter of fact, I know y'all don't have the draft capital to give up because you all don't have a first round pick this year. So,
but the thing
we'd
about
love
is
to know
that
how you think your team's going to pull that off.
Mac is going to pull out a draft pick. He's going to find a draft pick.
So I don't know how he's going to find a draft
pick.
He'll
call Matty Ice and be like, "Yo, bro.
Hey, I'm just saying.
I found a draft pick. I know you want me to be your assistant and all."
So as one of the few Falcons fans who actually was happy about Matty Ice taking that position, damn it, he better take my calls.
That's hilarious. Poor Max. I feel really bad because apparently he was in Baltimore and he was posting about it. And then, hey, we wake up today and the Ravens have signed Trey Hendrickson. I was like, what? I thought I was in an alternate universe. I was so confused. I just said, wait a second. I turned the TV off and turned it back on. And then I went, because I watch Unsportsmanlike and Get Up. So I watched Unsportsmanlike and then Get Up comes on at 8.
Yeah.
And so I was like, what? And then I was like, wait a second. So I turned the TV off because I thought that I was reading something wrong or I didn't know what was going on. I was like, am I still dreaming? And then, yeah, it was across the board. And I think Adam Schefter was on talking. And, once he starts talking, it sounds like blah, blah, blah to me. So I stopped watching. So I used to like Shefty, but now it's just too much.
Well, notice this week, Shefty is normally on a lot of programs, so he has to bounce around from studio to studio.
He was at home, wasn't he, this time? Just taking them?
No. So here's the thing. What they've done is pretty much from when Get Up starts to when NFL Live goes off the air. And NFL Live comes on at 4:00 in the afternoon, 3:00 if it's a 2-hour show. So from 8 to roughly about 6 or so, he is in this makeshift studio setup that they purposely arranged for him.
Okay, I thought so. Mm-hmm. I thought he was at home and was like, look, No.
So now, before this week, yes, he was at home because there was no real need for him to be in studio unless he was making a show appearance for a couple of things.
I saw the setup. I just thought that I said, they went to his house and made it look all nice.
that is his own personal little studio setup that he has somewhere there at ESPN headquarters, where it's just him, his phone, a microphone, a tablet, a laptop, the green screen behind him for free agency, whatever. And he just, all the things with that. So he can basically chime in on every show uninterrupted, because if you notice, pretty much since March 1st, even when he was in studio on Get Up, he was always like this.
Oh yeah, on Get Up, there were
he would see stuff, and then he would call and be like, "Excuse me."
Yep.
And walk away from the desk. Yep. And you see this live on air, and Greeny's like, okay, so Shefty probably has breaking news. He walks off, they talk about what they talk about. He comes back and sits down like, so what do we know? Oh, that nothing big, nothing major right now. Just blah, 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 blah stuff, this, that, whatever. And it's like, oh, okay, so back about the topic we was talking about.
Yeah. I don't know. He's too big for me now. I got to watch what is it, Shams and what's the other guy? Ian Rappaport. I'm just saying, because Shefty's too big now. Back in the day, he used to be like, yay, because he's still like your people's people, but now he just be.
You can follow him on Twitter.
He's too locked in.
Yeah, he's too locked in. Just follow him.
I don't tweet.
You don't have to. You just follow him and get an alert to your phone every time.
I don't have a Twitter account.
Oh, well, okay.
I might have one from way back in the day, but I don't know how to get it. I never really tweeted. That was never my jam.
Oh man. Okay. The funny things I've seen from free agency is, and I hate that we lost this player, but the Eagles have lost a number of players, mostly depth pieces, and folks I knew we couldn't resign because too many people are getting paid, like the offensive line, the quarterback, the running back, both wide receivers, and now members of the defensive line and defense. So the person I didn't want Philadelphia to lose more than anybody was Nakobe Dean. And Nakobe Dean got I believe it was a 3-year, $45 million contract from the Raiders. The only other team he was considering to sign with was the Dallas Cowboys. And I am so glad he chose the Raiders.
That seems
That's not loyalty. We're going to call him Mac Hollins.
No, because I don't like when any of my players leave and immediately go to Dallas. I hate Dallas.
I know. That's what I'm saying. We may as well call him Mac, because that Mac, he left us and went to the Patriots. Oh, Pum.
Understand that while you over here caping for Mac, he was an Eagles draftee.
I don't know. I don't care about what he did before. He was good. He was on my team.
You act like y'all drafted Mac Hollins. You didn't. He's a free agent, and y'all didn't extend him.
I didn't even know who he was until
you realized he was coming to the stadium barefoot.
Well, not even that. I just was like, "Hey, who is that guy who caught that ball? Who is that?" And then I was like, "Oh." And then I didn't know where he came from. That's why I tell you guys, I don't watch like baseball, even NBA, even NFL. Let me just be until the season starts. And these people are on my team, except for baseball, because they do that whole mid-year trade and stuff. And then you're like, oh my gosh, Pete Alonso's not on my team anymore, but he was here the first half. Anyway.
But yeah, that was one funny thing I saw, because he basically shunned Dallas to go to the Raiders. I'm happy he did that, because Dallas. And what was the other thing I saw that was hilarious? Because the trade situation is not funny. It's ha at the ignorance of the Baltimore front office, because how did you screw this up? But I feel bad for Crosby and the Raiders organization to an extent, because y'all now got to figure out how to get rid of Max Crosby, because you basically signed 7 new players. And you can't keep all 7 and Max for the league year, you'll be over the cap, and you still got to assign draftees.
Ooh, so much, so much.
And because now that the news of Crosby failing the physical in Baltimore, the 2 first-round picks they initially got from Baltimore, or were supposed to get from Baltimore, that's no longer the price for Max Crosby. That's gone down now. So whatever compensation they get, they're going to have to seriously consider, because it's not going to be 2 1s. It might be a 1 and a 2 or a 1 and a 3. Like, you can still get a first-round pick. You're not going to get 2. And so teams are still contacting the Raiders to try to figure out what the asking price is now, because 2 1s at this point is laughable. Your boy felt the physical, and the whole world knows it. It'd be one thing if it was, we know he got his knee scoped, but when Baltimore puts out he felt the physical, but we all know why he felt the physical, it's still he felt the physical.
You don't think anybody will take into consideration that they know he was set up to fail the physical?
Yes, but no one's going to give up 2 first-round draft picks, is what I'm saying. Before the physical, teams in the mix to try to get him were considering 2 firsts flat out for Max Crosby. Because, again, it happened. The only other team that was thinking about doing it was Dallas. So, but Dallas has since said they're not in the mix anymore, and now a whole bunch of other teams who weren't in the mix prior to him failing the physical are now calling up, because they know the asking price of 2 first-round picks ain't going to be the asking price right now. It can't be.
Right.
And they have this failed physical to throw out there and be like, you ain't getting 2 1s. You'll take this 1 and this 3 and you'll like it, or you'll listen to another team. So now is the consideration of, if everybody offers a 1 and a 3, where are these 1 and 3s coming from? As far as the draft order, how high up can they get on the in the first round to get 2 draft picks? Because remember, they still have the first overall pick.
Yeah.
And they're trying to do everything possible to make life as easy and as comfortable for Mendoza when he comes in there, because that's what they're drafting with the first overall pick.
Yeah.
So that's all I got. Anything else y'all want to say about the NFL before we move on?
No,
I think I'm good.
Nothing. Y'all good? All right. Let's wind this down and get out of here, because we're already past the hour and a half mark, and I don't want to keep people up past their bedtime. So there are a couple of things that were hilarious to me I wanted to share. And one was at the tail end of Black History Month, because, my gosh, this was funny.
Oh, yeah.
The caption says, only white people run distance. This is the indoor championship. And the runner from FAMU won, passing. And you're looking like, wait, that white dude has a G on his chest.
He does.
Goes to Grambling.
He does.
The white kid goes to Grambling. And he was pissed that he lost this race because he thought he had it won.
but Black people run long distance.
Mm-hmm.
All those different
Kenyans?
people who win those
Kenyans.
yeah, and Ethiopians.
Not typically Americans.
That on the high school level of track and field, I can speak to this, having run, as mixed and integrated as track teams are, when you go to track meets, the Black kids are running sprints, and the majority of the white kids are running all the distance runs. So your 800, your mile, the 3,200, there ain't gonna be no Black kids in those races. Maybe 1 or 2, but it ain't gonna be a level playing field, right? As far as the racial demographic. So if there's 20 kids running the mile race, 1, 2 tops Black, if that. Conversely, when you watch the 100-meter sprints up to the final, maybe 1 or 2 white kids. That's about it.
Yep.
That's always been the stereotype. But when you go to an all-Black school, yeah, you're going to have the mile race. And that was the mile in which the white kid was pretty much ranked number 1 in the conference. No, seriously, he was, because I went back after I saw that pop up at the end of February. I went back and looked at the track meet itself as far as the time submitted. So that was the final that he lost, because his heat, he ranked 1 in the prelims.
Oh, okay.
The kid who beat him was 10th.
Oh, wow.
In the prelims. And I'm like, oh, this kid set him up because he only ran fast enough to qualify in the prelim.
Yep. Saved his energy.
Because he was also running another race that he also won. He also, I believe he also ran the 800 and won that.
Yeah.
So he doubled up in the 800 and the mile.
Well.
And yeah, you can see the white kid throwing the temper tantrum, being pissed off and whatnot, because he thought, I had this. And if you watch the entire race, or at least the final lap, the FAMU runner has to come from behind. Like, he makes, like, his kick is crazy because he makes up about a good 30 meters in under 20 seconds to pass him where he did in that turn.
Ooh.
Right. He was behind when the final lap started. He was nowhere in the frame.
Oh, he probably been practicing that 400 as his last kick.
The kicker is that all the memes that have come out between FAMU and Grambling about that, because if you freeze it and the pictures out there, go check your local social media, wherever, Threads, IG, TikTok. There's a freeze frame of when the FAMU runner is passing the white boy and he's looking over at what he, I don't know how he knew someone was going to take a picture at this point, but he's looking over like, this dude ain't going to beat me. And you can see the white runner from Grambling struggling, straining in his face like, oh my God, I gotta.
I don't necessarily know if he knew anybody was going to be there to take his picture, or he just knew there would be some black people in the audience right there for, that universal black people look.
Because that's exactly how he ran by him. Like, this white boy ain't going to beat me.
Wow.
But yeah, that was a time for the for the last week of February, because it was everywhere. It was everywhere. And yeah, the memes that came out, it was like grits with sugar, grits with salt.
I wanted them to let him fight. I wanted to see the fight.
What fight? That white boy would have got beat up, especially by his own teammates in that environment. Because you saw the coach grab him to stop him from coming, because the black man is just celebrating. I don't know if he said anything to him or not, but from all the footage and video I've seen of this race, from the end to where he's celebrating and his white kid basically try to walk up on him, there is nothing that looks like he says to him. Now he's jawing at the crowd and wolfing it up with them. Like, I do this. This is my ish, whatever like that. I'm trying to figure out why this white kid got mad and tried to charge at him, because the coach is grabbing him like, the fuck are you doing? You gonna get your ass beat up in here.
Again, let him fight.
Again, what fight? You use this word fight, and I don't think you know what it means.
Mac is from Atlanta. He just be ready to just
fight means a fair competition, a fisticuffs between two individuals. This wasn't going to be a fight. This was going to be a beating.
We'll let him.
Because understand, people would have jumped out of the stands and had a step show on that white boy. You know this like I know this. So again, you use the word fight and you're not using it properly. Just say you went.
And later on, we're going to find out that white boy is a cute.
God, I hope.
I mean,
and he would, and then I don't know. He goes to Grambling.
He goes to Grambling. He could be a Q.
He could be.
We don't know.
So that might be the reason why he was bucking. He might, he might be nuck if you buck. Like, that might be his nuck if you buck. Like,
I've seen IG pictures of white girls at HBCUs who throw up the Delta sign because they cross. Like, I mean,
I'm just saying, like Mac said, let him fight, and all I'm saying is he might be a nuck if you buck white boy, not just a traditional white boy. I mean,
okay, that means the fight will be that much better.
Again, you say fight. It's not going to be a fight. It's going to be a jumping.
You don't even know. I'm telling you.
That's
different. He decided to go. He decided to come around us.
This is
so he might be different.
Don't stop it. Let it play out.
Let it play out.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Oh gosh,
I mean,
last month Cam Newton said some. So let's move on because last month Cam Newton said some stupid ish, and everybody was like, "Wait, you ain't used the word properly," and he was like, "Nah, I did. You don't know what it means." Well, Cam Newton played Madden with a relatively known streamer, and it didn't go well.
You threw that? Cam, you threw that?
Becky, don't disrespect.
Have it back, Cam. Cam, have it back, Cam. Cam, have it back. You won't let me pitch it, Cam. Cam, won't let me pitch it. Cam, do you want it back? I'll get it back right now.
So Cam just threw an interception.
Cam, do not throw another pick, Cam.
And this dude is up 16 points, and he's.
I know you forcing right now because you're down by 5 touchdowns, but it's okay, bro.
And Cam just threw another interception.
Try again, Cam. Cam, try again.
Oh, great play.
Cam, I don't want to do you like this, Cam.
Hey, great play,
Cameron
bro.
Newton. Cameron Newton. I don't want to do you like this, bro.
Yes, sir.
I do not want to do you like this, Cam Newton. I do not want to do you like this.
What does he do after the second pick? He kicks the ball back to him again.
Hey, put some on his drive.
I mean, I just want you to do something. Like, get down the field, please. What are you trying to do?
Prize picks right now. Let's do a prize picks right now.
Okay.
Let's have our own prize picks. If I score right now, that's $100.
Okay.
$100 or $50. What are we doing?
$100. Let's do it, bro. My man raised no punk. My man raised no punk, Cam. My man raised no punk, Cam.
$100 drive.
$100 drive, chat. He scored me. I get him 100. I stop him. I get 100, chat. Let's go.
Let's go. What happens here?
Let's do it, chat.
Oh, I have
let's go. He's nervous.
Cam is $100.
He nervous. Stop playing with me! Cam! Stop playing with me! Good. Let's go.
I'm $100 down.
Okay.
I'm $100 down and bet that same bet back.
Cam, I just
like, what is happening right now, bro? This is
you gonna run it back down.
Cam, you play one of them guys, Cam. No.
There's no way this guy.
And he got
Yes.
Replay.
Yes.
Replay.
Yes.
Hey, what would you all do on the 1 yard line?
Okay.
Do a touch push.
Right. Cam threw it.
Cam, dog.
Wait a minute. Didn't he learn from the Super Bowl that year with the Patriots
me a cash app,
and the Seahawks?
You threw that.
One ball.
You threw that.
Becky, don't disrespect.
Have it back, Cam. Cam, have it back, Cam. Cam, have it back. You won't let me pitch it, Cam.
So yeah, Cam ain't learned his lesson. And for those not keeping count, he threw 4 interceptions in a row. 4. So yeah. And he's out $200 to a streamer who plays Madden professionally.
You know, so after watching that, I kind of have I would love for somebody to have a YouTube show that's nothing but athletes playing the video game version of the sport that they play.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they could play each other, they could play other people, they could play streamers, however you want to make it happen. But I want to see athletes playing the video game version of their sport as a YouTube show. Because why is Cam Newton throwing that many interceptions? Granted, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and say he's the greatest quarterback in the world because we all know that's not true. But, bro, come on.
Again, so Madden is a video game, and you can make players who suck look really good.
Yep.
If you weren't paying attention, that dude was playing with the New Orleans Saints, the streamer. Cam was playing with the LA Chargers.
Dude, I'm still not used to hearing that.
LA Chargers?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And it's been what, 5 years?
Yep. 5 years. So let that sink in that Cam was playing with the LA Chargers and the streamer was playing with the Saints. Basically, the streamer was looking for the worst team in the game to use or one of to make it fair. And he was winning 49-33.
Right.
49-33. and picked him off at the end. And every time he picked him off, didn't matter where he picked him off at, he punted the ball back. If you saw one of the last punts, he was at Cam's like 10-yard line and still punted the ball through the back of the end zone. Why? Because he knew Cam wasn't going to score on him again. Last thing I want to show before we get out of here, unless y'all have something else to discuss, is this right here. What?
More shenanigans.
More shenanigans? Okay, here's one more. We all know what happened last month with the Olympics, right? And the big story that came out towards the end of the games, which was after our show by like 3 days, was the result of the men's and women's hockey gold medal games. Now, both won, but one team was celebrated and the other was ridiculed. And if you're thinking, I wonder, you don't have to, because this is America and you already know how that went.
Right.
So I want to play this.
I need y'all to listen to me right the fuck now, because it never pays to be a jerk, but it does pay to be a queen. Because we all saw the U.S. men's team and the administration be like, hey, women's hockey. Look what happened. Flava Flav comes out and says the U.S. women's hockey team wants a real celebration and invite. I'll host them in Las Vegas, do some nice dinners and shows and good times. I'm sure I can get a hotel and airline to help me out here and celebrate these women for real, for real. That's an ally right there. Oh, excuse me. Alaska Airlines joins the chat. Let's chat. Don't mind if I do, says Resorts World. Resorts World Las Vegas would be honored to host the entire USA hockey team. We'll provide the hotel rooms, meals, any amenity they're interested in, including an amazing spa treatment. Amika coming in saying, we're going to send over some products for the queens. StubHub slides into the DMs with, we've got the tickets to Vegas shows covered. And they've even got a glam squad. Now, Mr. Flav, I would love to know what airlines and hotels support this endeavor and support our women's hockey team, because I have a lot of travel coming up this year and I want to support the brands who support us. Thank you for that, man. I hope the men's hockey team has a great time at the White House.
With their cold McDonald's.
And thank you for bringing that up, Fierce, because,
I thought they didn't go.
Yes, no. The men's team went. Now,
I thought they didn't go. I thought they said they weren't going.
No.
There were like
the women's team.
There were like 4 players who didn't go, but
right.
The team did.
The team went.
Oh, I thought the team did not go, but okay.
No, because understand, one of the players of the men's team who was caught mocking the women's team, his mother won a medal with the women's team. Yeah. Prior, she is a former USA women's hockey player. His mother.
Yeah.
And he was mocking the women winning a gold medal. How you mock the sport you play in, how you mock the women when your own mother won a medal.
Because he clearly doesn't respect his mother.
So that makes a lot of sense. So did you see Saturday Night Live this past Saturday?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And you see how the girls, where they were like, well, we've won it. We just won it. Like, it didn't take us as long to win the gold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the men hadn't won the gold in like 40 years or something like that.
Yeah, he was like, finally, and she was just like, yeah, it only took us like, what was it, 8
years since they last won the gold. Because the last Olympics, they lost the gold medal game to Canada. I think, Canada. Yes. They took silver because they lost the gold, but they still made the gold medal game. But yeah, and prior to that, they beat Canada 8 years ago for the gold. So yes, you're
Well, anyway, the point of the matter is, this just shows that women are just better. We just are. We just are.
I always find it funny that when it comes to international competition of sports where both men and women play,
we're better. Yes, I know.
The organizations for those teams want to put more money behind the men than the women. Like, we had this discussion a couple of years ago about soccer.
That's life.
Right.
That's life.
Where since their existence, the women have pretty much medaled in every World Cup and FIBA competition that's ever been held for women's soccer.
Yep.
Medaled. That means they've at least made it to the semifinals. Every single international, they have never not made the semifinals in any international competition for soccer. Meanwhile, the men haven't medaled in over 80 years when they took bronze at the World Cup back in 1940 something. And they have never won an Olympic medal. Matter of fact, I don't even think the men's U.S. soccer team has qualified for the last, I don't know, let's call it 4, 10 Olympics. At least 4, maybe more than that they've never qualified for. And USA Soccer wants to always say, well, the men should make more. Why? For what? I couldn't name a men's soccer player with a gun to my head. I could name a couple.
Like the women.
I could name a couple of women, like Trinity Rodman.
Any relation?
Yes, his daughter.
Oh, okay, cool.
I could also name Hope Solo and Brianna Scurry, former players of the USA women's soccer team who won medals. I couldn't name a USA men's hockey player, soccer player to save my life in any era. But the women, yeah, because they win. And as much as this country likes to stress winning is important and all that other stuff, you surely don't like to reward it when it's the women doing it.
The usual suspects are at play.
So that being said, if you love women's hockey and you love the Olympic play so much, did you know that the women have a hockey league here in America? You should find and support it too. So that's all I got on that. Anything else y'all want to add or comment on before we get out of here?
Nah.
I have one thing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, go for it.
Because it's my homework. I just came a little late. Remember I told you I was going to do my World Baseball Classic?
You did say the World Baseball Classic, yes.
So it's a rant, but not a real rant.
Uh-oh.
So I understand World Baseball Classic, right? You're going to go play for your home country, right?
Yes.
So we understand what baseball looks like right now, right? So we know that we have people from the Dominican Republic, we have people from Nicaragua, we have people, all over. And then,
Cuba, Mexico.
we have people from Japan and all that, Venezuela, all these places.
Yep.
So I'm watching yesterday and I see a name that looks very familiar to me. And I'm like, he plays for the White Sox, right? So, I had to just double check. He's playing for Italy. Bro.
Yeah.
You're not Italian. Not like that, right?
Yes, he is.
I'm guessing he is. And that is okay. But this makes me mad because you could be playing for the United States. You were born here.
Was he?
You were raised here.
Well,
I think he's playing. I think it's like the Olympics where they play for we have the people who are clearly American, but they go and they represent their parents' country. But I just feel like, hey, you're not going to allow us to play for Africa. So therefore.
No, that's not how that goes, Candaysee. So what happens is,
James, I understand you don't have to mansplain me. I understand. But what I'm saying is, I'm just mad. Like, I just want our teams. If you are here, my thing, I understand. If you get drafted from another country, go team. Just like the NBA, right? Right.
But if USA whatever doesn't pick you and you want to play internationally, then what are you supposed to do? Sit at home and not play?
I hear it. James,
or if you want to play for a team that stands a chance of getting a medal.
True, because Italy is 4-0 right now.
Yeah, and America, USA men's baseball should be happy because Italy won that game. America's going to the quarterfinals.
I know, because that was crazy. And how did the manager talk about he didn't know? Like, bro, he's fired. We need a new manager for the America's team.
Because understand, if Mexico had won that game, America could have been going home.
Yeah.
All I know is that last night was real stressful, but then it also reminded me of how great baseball actually really is, because it was like 8-0. And at the end, you come all the way back, like literally.
Oh, so that 8-6 wasn't back and forth. They literally came back 8-0.
They didn't start scoring. They didn't start scoring till like maybe the 7th inning or something like that. Like, I'm telling you, like, they got a solo home run, I think, at the bottom of the 7th. Then, it, like, you thought they were going to, I thought they was going to come back, because when they played Mexico, same thing. We thought, I was like, we about to lose. But anyway, that's just my little rant. I'm just like, hey, but I guess if you're not good enough to play for the America's team, I guess you should go and play in another country. But I just want to know, what qualifies you?
Your parents. Yeah. As long as one, because international committee
have to be a citizen, or can they just say, I'm Italian, like with Teal, I'm just Italian, so go team. I had to dig deep because it didn't say anything about his parents being Italian in Wikipedia.
So then maybe it's one of his grandparents.
You've got it's your parents, because there was somebody a number of years ago that was born here in the States, but their parents were immigrants from, I forget what country, and it may have been a guy in gymnastics, if I'm not mistaken. And he had that same situation where they're like, wait a minute, why is this American playing for, we'll just say the French team right now, because I don't remember who it was. And come to find out, both of his parents were born in France and immigrated to the States. So while technically
I get that.
Here
so again, I think it depends on the international committee for the sport, because the Olympics, I think for certain things in the Olympics, and maybe it's the entire Olympics, it can go back to a grandparent. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah, I do know
parent.
that.
So for this World Baseball Classic, this isn't the IOC governing it. This is whatever the World Baseball organization that governs it. So yeah, it probably the first step is a parent. Yeah, having been born in that country. And then
at the end of the day, I just want you to be American and be American. I know that's awful, but I'm just like,
you know who you sound like, right?
I know. That's why I said,
okay. I just want to make sure that you know.
I want you to just represent, because when I see something, I'm like, wait a minute. But baseball always does kind of confuse you anyway, because you never know what somebody looks like, because you never know where. But I will say, I have thoroughly enjoyed the World Baseball Classic.
I'm glad you have.
I love baseball.
At the same time, just like any other sport.
If our people are not watching it, they can, I feel like, you can see some really good baseball, because it's not always the popular players. It's people that you've, from other teams too. Other countries, never heard of them ever in their lives. And yeah. So anyway, that was it. So go USA. We want to win. I always root for us.
But again, I want to play for my country. They ain't picking me. All right, let's check out my lineage. Who can I play for?
Right. I'm playing for Wakanda, damn it.
The perfect example is the WNBA, because when you look at those teams, it's like, oh, snap. Because we can just look at the last Olympics. Arike Ogunbowale wanted to play for Team USA, chose not to, and played for, because I'm trying to remember, I think it's one of her parents, blanking on the African country for the women that made it, but she played for them instead 1 year.
I know, because when I said, hey, girl, why are you not playing for us? I was mad. I want her to play for us too.
And it hurts, because you look at all these others like, oh, she should have been on Team USA. And then you look at Team USA and you're like, wait, who do you pull off?
Well,
right. Yeah. And therein lies the problem, because when you look at how stacked Team USA is for a lot of these competitions, it makes sense why some of these players like, wait, I'm going to go play for the country of my parent or grandparent, because at least I get to play, and I want to play in this internet, because playing in an international competition is now a thing.
Yeah.
Especially with a lot of these sports, because the stateside leagues for these sports, that's how they generate the broader worldwide audience for it. So yeah, for Major League Baseball, they're cool. Like, yeah, we got Team USA and we have all these players and we know they can't all play for the Team USA. But for those who are, like, and they said, born here, if they go play for their parent or grandparents' country, that's even better. Because now it just brings more eyeballs from that country to Major League Baseball.
True.
And with international competition with basketball, bring more eyeballs to the NBA and the WNBA. So as a fan, yeah, it hurts, but I understand. Definitely do it. Especially if it is you just want to play. Even better if it's a sport where you know, oh, USA ain't winning a medal. I might as well go try to get one myself.
True.
Again, play for a team that stands a chance to medal.
So
that's true, because in basketball or like
in basketball, it's almost guaranteed. I'm not gonna say, well, for the men going forward, they ain't guaranteed no more.
But I'm just saying, if you play for a team that can either get that silver or that bronze medal, then you're still an Olympic medalist.
Mm-hmm.
Just not with Team USA. But anyway, okay, that was it. Sorry, just want to talk about that.
All right. Well, I'm pretty sure something crazy is going to happen in the next couple of days before the week is out, because it always seems to happen like that when we do these shows at the start of the year. We think we've covered everything for the last month and we're going to be good for the next month. And then something crazy is going to happen either tomorrow. Again, NFL free agency, I guarantee something insane is going to take place either Thursday or Friday. And no, it won't be the Max Crosby trade. It's going to be something else that nobody saw coming.
And then March Madness is coming up too. So we'll be able to talk about that.
Well, we'll talk about the winner of the tournament in April, because when we do that show, the championship games would have already happened.
Yep. Wait, is it? What day is it? I thought it was April.
The first Monday in April is the championship. Well, the first Monday and Sunday in April are the championship games.
Okay. So then, yeah, it'll be fresh when it's time for us.
Because we will be the second Wednesday in April, so we would have time to reflect and think about the entire tournament as a whole.
I'm not coming.
Yes, you are.
Excuse you?
Yes, you are.
You know what? We just going to end the show because Candaysee right now is trying to be difficult. So,
No,
you're right. She's not trying to be difficult.
She is being difficult, yes. She is actually being difficult. We're going to wind down for the evening. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this and all the other shows we have here on the Moana Nui Podcast Network on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And we will see you all next month. Say good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
So many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If they won't tell it, we will.
If this the land of the free, it was a freedom then, when they annexed Hawaii and called it Cedar Lands, without any type of payment and no signing off. Called themselves a republic in 1894. 1.2 million acres overtaken from the native Hawaiians. When they resisted, the West retaliated in violence and erasure. The Hawaiian language is banned as part of colonialism's plan to expand,
Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Multiple bombings of Kaho'olawe as a part of their ongoing war with Asia. Used it as a place for target practice. No consent or compensation. Colonizers call for annexation. The work of all the locals. School will never let you know. So many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. Too many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. We will.
So if you put Hawaii in a perspective, well, Black and Asian history is interconnected. Considering the fight with the Pacific, then of course versus Asia, they was treated as a middleman for war, but didn't let the West Western colorism run its course, cause dark skin was a sign of dignity to core. The land was taken in the name of capitalism, when prior to it was an actual kingdom. Clap back at the system.
Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Multiple bombings of Kaho'olawe. As a part of their ongoing war with Asia, used it as a place for target practice. No consent or compensation. Colonizers call for annexation. The work out for all the locals. School will never let you know. So many stories left to tell. Even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. Too many stories left to tell. Even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. So many stories left to tell. Even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. Too many stories left to tell. Even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will.